Hello, Void. Took a couple days off there because I was trying to get through my backlog before, well, today. So I could start my fourth year now with a clean slate and no backlog. Then I realized that would require me to be doing more than 12 reviews a day because I still had a good, 40 something in my queue. And while I was knocking out about maybe 6 a day, keeping up that pace was not really feasible. I was blowing out my voice, and I got shit to do. So what I'm going to be doing is, since it is October, and I prefer to try to do the 31 days of movies. Last other years, I just try to last year I just try to fit in as many movies as possible, including going 24 hours, which was an experience. If you haven't watched those reviews, I get kind of loopy by the end of them. But so what I'm going to be doing is still working on that backlog, but I'm also going to be flagging which ones are my newer, just watched ones for this October. So I'll be updating those ones as I do them, and mixing in my backlog as I go. So this one is my October 1st film, 28 Days Later. Now this one actually has been in my to watch or to rewatch queue for some time, because since I've been trying to get around to watching through alphabetically just to get through my films, but I keep getting distracted or otherwise. This one's is around 2 hours, so it's one of those ones where I was like, do I really want to watch this right before I go to bed? Because I prefer to watch something shorter then. And my partner really can't stand zombie style films, so I kept having to put this one off. And I just got tired. But since October is here, and this is one I've been meaning to rewatch, that's kind of my theme this year. Just movies I've been meaning to see again that I haven't seen for a while. So away we went and rewatched 28 Days Later, and it still holds up pretty well. I definitely did enjoy it, though some of the viral aspects hit a little differently today than they did back in 2002. But, well. So, this film starts off with a group of protesters breaking into a animal testing lab to free the chimps. And when they free the chimps, they also free the disease. A disease called rage, which I have no idea how this disease came about. They have a monkey who just walks in graphic violence and something in the blood. It's a horror disease. Especially since this one infects people within seconds. So the disease goes rampant. And then smash cut to 28 days later. And we find our lead Jim, played by Cillian Murphy, as he wakes up naked in a hospital and baffled on why he's there and is trying to go out and discover what's going on. Okay, first off, why was he naked in the hospital? You find out later that he was on a bike and got hit by a car, so why was he naked in the hospital? I know he was in some sort of coma or something, but that does not mean he should have been just there on a hospital bed, completely disrobed. I think they just wanted to just let it all hang out literally. But I digress. So he wanders through London in a completely, abandoned state, utterly baffled about what's going on. So the slow realization of what happened during that time period, you're kind of following along with as he's seeing what just happened. As he's finding newspaper articles or realizing that no one's around and seeing missing people things. He's slowly getting the backstory filled in. Until he finally bumps into some people. And, well, these people are infected, and they proceed to try to chase him down. He finds a group of other people who are not infected and try to protect him, and then it's pretty much his journey to try to find a safe space to live in. After hooking up with Celine, played by Naomi Harris, and a few other characters. I'm trying to remember the father. There's a father-daughter duo that he is working with. Just watch this, and I'm already losing character names. My head's no longer what it used to be. But they hear a military transmission saying it's going to be safe, so they try to head north and see if they can get there and survive. Yeah, pretty much. There's your plot. The zombie violence. Well, it's not exactly zombies, since they're not. Essentially, what Danny Boyle, the director, wanted to do was kind of reinvent the zombie genre about how it would work in a more realistic modern-day setting. And so, rather than brain-eating zombies, they decided to go a disease-based thing, and it made it more like a plague that made you zombie-like. So, they're fast and incredibly violent. And for a zombie-esque film, it's actually not nearly as bloody as you would expect. Particularly compared to like Dawn of the Dead, which came out around the same time. And though its horrors kind of come into more of what people are doing in regards to this, particularly the soldiers that they made up with, are not the nicest people. Which I didn't realize Christopher Eccleston was in this until I'm rewatching it. Suddenly he just pops up and I was like, oh! I'd only seen him in Doctor Who, or so I thought. But no, I guess I had seen him in this before that. Does a very good job. Anyway, so a lot of the acting is very well done in this. The atmosphere is very good, and overall it's definitely still holds up. I don't consider it a very scary film, but it's definitely more, the drama is what really brings this one home, and yeah, I do highly recommend 28 Days Later. For MacGuffins, I give it a 7 MacGuffin. Yeah, it's on good. It's not great, but it's definitely one that I do go back to every once in a while. As I said, I'd been meaning to rewatch it. It's just, well, alright, that's my October 1st one. I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do daily updates, particularly at one point I'm going to be away from my recording equipment when I'm on a vacation. So I may try to either get a backlog or just do a dump when I get back. But I'm still going to try to watch a daily movie and see how it goes. I just don't have time like I used to. That's a shame. But we'll try to make it work. See you later, Void.